This is the UR Business Network.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Franchise Players Show. My name is Luke Delorier, and I'll be your host talking about the franchising world and everything that goes along with it. One of the topics or one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, what's the hot franchise? What's the hot industry? What's the next big thing? And to me, my mind always goes back to, what is the true need? What are people going to need and keep on needing for a long period of time? And I always think back to the senior industry. You know, you can't stop Father Time. It just keeps ticking. We're all getting older, and we're going to need extra services. So my guest today is Mr. Phil LeBlanc, who is the Vice President of Franchise Development for ComForcare, a great senior care company. Phil, welcome.
Well, thanks for having me, Luke. We appreciate the opportunity.
Well, it's always great to talk to you guys because I don't believe people understand what I say when I talk about the senior care industry, because there are different components to it. So I was wondering, first off, could you tell us a little bit about ComForcare as a company and the services that you provide?
Sure. I'll be glad to do that and try to be very brief. Basically, ComForcare provides a very wide range of what we would consider companion care, personal care, and skilled care services, primarily to seniors, but also to people of all ages. And in doing so, we are obviously servicing those family members who are concerned about their loved ones and trying to arrange that care, again, primarily for their aging parents.
Okay. So let's break this down a little bit. What is non-medical services? What does that mean?
Yeah, non-medical services are those activities of daily living. We call them ADLs, activities of daily living. So we help people out with general companionship things. We take them to the store. We help them. We do their laundry. We prepare meals with them and for them. We help them with things that may need to be accomplished around their homes, which might include making the home simply safer for that elderly person who may have experienced issues with falls and other types of things.
Right.
Then we have what we call personal care, still non-medical, but where we would be helping folks with hygiene issues, helping them with bathing, showering, toileting, and other basic hygiene needs that become apparent. And then those would be considered the non-medical types of services. Okay.
Now, as I understand it, companion care and the daily living services, that could be, you could have a client for years doing that kind of stuff, right?
Well, there's no question. And the focus or the core set of services that ComForcare and most other companies provide really are in these two areas. Personal care and the companion care are the bulk of the services being provided. And you're very, very correct. People are living longer, and they need help with these types of things. In fact, if you look at some of the statistics, more than 50% of women over the age of 75, for example, live alone with no one to help them with those activities of daily living. So the need is certainly there.
Absolutely. Now, what if somebody has like a significant health event, while they're under your care? They have a heart attack, they have a stroke, whatever, and they need the next level of care. Can ComForcare provide that?
Oh, ComForcare can absolutely provide that. We do offer skilled care where we're dispatching, trained professionals, nurses, and so on. We also deal with staffing. So there's a number of ways we can provide skilled care.
Okay.
But at the very, very heart of what we do, because we're in the homes, we really are that lifeline to the family and to the care community, the physicians, the therapists, whoever it might be. Should there be an event while ComForcare is there, then obviously we spring into action and we notify the entire care community for that person and make sure that they get taken care of.
So you can take care of the full continuum of care.
Absolutely.
And I think that's important for companies to provide that, because should you only provide the companion care and something else happens, then it's stressful for the family because they have to find other caregivers, and it's stressful to you because you have to recuse yourself from the case.
Right, and since this is a care industry, should a ComForcare franchise owner not currently offer skilled care, chances are they're aligned with other partners in the community that can, and we have an extensive referral network. So there is always care available, but having that key point of contact and that relationship with the franchise company can be huge.
Right. I read a statistic the other day that said that if people hit the age of 65, chances are their life expectancy can now be put at another 19 years. Is that that's got to play into your business model?
Well, it is, because obviously people are living longer, and their desire is to age in place. That's the term we use, age in place in their own homes. Mm-hmm. And we're doing everything that we can. Families don't want to see mom or dad in a nursing home. The cost alone to put someone in an independent living community or a nursing home or some other type of living situation can be exorbitant. The cost of home care is the most reasonable. So allowing someone to age in place for those 19 years or whatever number of years is a top priority, obviously, for families all over the country, all over the world.
Now, you say it's more cost effective. Is this an insurance-driven type of payment, or is this a cash payment type thing for the family?
Well, good question. The two parts to that. First of all, if you're looking at the average cost of a private room in a nursing home, you're talking about over $90,000 a year on average. If you do a semi-private room, it might lower it to $85,000 to $90,000. If you go to what's called an assisted living type of situation, you're looking at $80,000 or so. If you get into an independent living community, it's probably 50 or 60. 20 hours a week through a good home care company can provide a family high quality care for maybe $30,000 a year. So from a cost standpoint, there's no question that it's
much
important.
more effective.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the brand. Let's talk about ComForcare, because whenever I talk about those types of services to potential franchisees, the number one pushback I get is staffing. Right. What types of programs do you guys have in place to help your franchisees get the right staff and help them retain them?
There really is a very well-rounded, it's more of a methodology than simply programs. Recruitment is key in our business model. The question of hiring is important. We have a 10-step hiring process that includes full drug screening and other assessments, minimum qualifications. So we have a very stringent hiring practice. But in addition to that, the methodology includes the initial ongoing caregiver training. We have a training portal with over 100 opportunities. So consistently training your caregivers to meet specific needs, and then scheduling the right caregiver with the right client and making sure that they're well versed in handling that particular need. Those are all part of our philosophy in terms of recruitment, hiring correctly, but also training, motivating, compensation, of course, is a part of that, recognition. All of those things go into not only attracting, but keeping very good caregivers.
No, that's awesome, because that's always a big, big worry. Now, in this particular type of industry, and in business in general, I always focus on client acquisition. And I would imagine that an industry like yours is very heavily marketed and high on referrals. So what kind of strategies do your franchisees employ to recruit and to fulfill that client acquisition piece?
Well, we have an indirect marketing strategy. Families go through an event, something happens, they haven't quite planned for it, And then they're scrambling. They're wondering, how do I choose a good home care company? Who do I call? How do I know what I'm getting? How do I know they're good? All of those things happen, and it's a very anxious situation. So we don't get clients by marketing in traditional manners as a consumer to the families. We gain our clients by indirectly marketing to what we call our top referral sources: doctors, hospitals, caseworkers, long-term insurance partners, physical therapists, rabbis, pastors, anyone who's in that close sphere of influence who's been providing care and been involved with care for that loved one. By building relationships with those people and helping them solve their issues and helping their own patients by using our services is really how we build our clientele. We get direct referrals. And to your earlier question, the private pay client, using their own discretionary dollars to get the kind of care that they want in the manner that they want to get that care, is primarily how ComForcare has built its business. We're 90% private pay. Some of them do pay through their long-term insurance providers, but most of it is a private pay type clientele, which again is one of the things that separates ComForcare from many of the other companies in the market.
Okay. One of the things that I always talk to about clients too is not to look at this as strictly a dollars and cents business. I mean, this is a people business, and you have to have some type of empathy for the families that you're going to be dealing with. So what type of people do you look for? What is your ideal candidate for this business?
Well, first of all, I couldn't have said it any better. There's a high compassion quotient here. The mistake to make would be to look at this as a staffing business. This is a care business first and foremost. So obviously, all of the owners in our system are highly compassionate people. They care. One of the factors, obviously, that stands out is they've been successful already, but now they want to have some success with significance. They want to make an impact in their local community and become known for that in the context of obviously making money and a successful business, but that is not the driver. So we look for highly motivated relationship builders. Okay. People who are going to go out, build relationships in the community with those referral sources, position the company as a solution provider in the community, people who obviously have good people skills and management skills because they need to build a team. They can communicate well. They're high energy, and they, again, genuinely care about people. And I appreciate you making that point.
Well, having gone through it myself with my own family, I know what it's like, and I know what a great service you guys provide. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market. From what I've read, we're barely scratching the baby boomer generation now. So with the latest statistics saying that people are living longer, this could be a double-digit growth market for a long time to come. Isn't that right?
Well, no question about it. And not only that, it's a global market. So this is something that's not going away. This is a wonderful phenomenon in terms of the available number of clients that one could have in the business, all of the other things obviously considered.
Right. And I wanted to go back to what you said earlier, too, about the services you provide, not only to seniors. I mean, you could be for example, I had a friend of mine who blew out his knee skiing, and he's young and he's single, and he needed help, so he had to cobble together a team of people to help him through his recovery. Is this a service that you could provide as well?
Oh, sure. We deal with people of all ages. Anybody who needs transitional assistance in their home. There are young people dealing with chronic disease, for example, people with cancer, people with other types of treatments that need help, people who've had surgeries, lost limbs, and so on and so forth. So, yes, absolutely.
I mean, and that's awesome because it just opens up the whole market for you. Phil, this has been very, very informative. If people need to get in touch with you, how do they go about it?
Well, the best thing to do really would just be to visit our website at ComForcareFranchise.com. There's some excellent information there about not just the franchise model, but about the industry and some of the things that we've discussed today. They might find that they have a specific need. They can certainly visit just ComForcare.com. There's a lot of resources for clients and families as well. And through either of those resources, they'll make their way to me or someone in my department, and we'll be glad to answer any questions for them.